Hi, back again on to the next part of this cake decorating. So I thought I'd just walk through what I do when I fill my cakes, so you can just see what happens, a little behind the scenes of me working. So let's get to it. I've got my cakes here, my vanilla cakes that I baked yesterday, and I have split them or taught them. Not taught as in taught them, I didn't teach them anything, T-O-R-T, where you just split them in half so you've got layers. And now I am ready to put them on my cake drum. I've got my cake drum ready. It's been sanitised. Always a good idea to sanitise your cake drums before you put your cakes on, because they have been in factories, warehouses, shops, people have touched them. You never know what nasties are on here. So sanitise them, spray them with a bit of Dettol spray, leave it for a few seconds, get some boiled water. I don't use cool boiled water, I boil the kettle, pour some on, and without burning your hands, give it a wipe off. Wipe it with some kitchen towel and it's ready to go. But just give it a little sanitize before your cake goes on. Really good idea. So first of all, to get this cake done, I'm just going to put some buttercream on my board. This will allow the cake to stick to it. And then I'm going to get my first layer of cake. These cakes are beautifully baked. They are so soft and spongy. This is what I was talking about, the inside. You see there's not much caramelisation there around the side. You just get a nice rim and it looks nice. It's not burnt or anything like that. Beautiful bake. Smells amazing. So that's going to go on. And then just going to make sure it's all level. I'm just going to sort of do this. I'll just talk through what I'm doing. I'm just going to pretend you lot are not here because I talk to myself in the kitchen anyway, so it makes no difference. Some buttercream on there. And just get that. It's funny because people like watching cake decorators work. And, you know, I've got a room in my house that I've got my eye on for a cake studio, and someone said to me, why don't you put your workstation like in front of the window so people can like walking past and see you working. I don't know, but it's therapeutic apparently to watch cake decorators do all this stuff. I mean, I know me, I spend hours watching YouTube. Hours watching tutorials, all this modelling, sugar modelling they do and everything, and all this cake stuff. I can watch someone fill and crumb coat a cake 1,000,000 times and still go back. It is just fascinating. It's just so therapeutic to watch, I do agree. So a nice coating of buttercream on there. I don't like to overfill my cakes because I do 4 layers and it just becomes too much filling, so I don't overdo it. It also becomes a little bit squishy. Right, so that's all right, that will do. And the next layer I'm going to put the jam on and then flip it over to that, so you've got buttercream and jam. Flavours of course are your choice. Okay, so I'll get my other spatula because I don't want to get jam in the buttercream or buttercream in the jam. Try to keep everything nice and clean and in order. So we smush that on. Don't go too close to around the edges, because if you do, it will all squish out as the layers go on. It will just squish out and make a mess. So there's my jam. So I'm going to flip that over onto that one and just make sure it's level. You see it's already a bit squishy. Right, so that's 2 layers of cake. Now it's fine to have a cake with 2 layers of cake. It will probably save you a bit of money if you're on a budget. This is a good idea. You're still going to get 3 inches of cake there. Well, it's got a board anyway, but it's about 2.5 inches of cake. So if you're on a budget and you don't want a big, tall, elaborate cake, you just want something so they can stick a candle on and sing happy birthday, 2 layers of cake, absolutely fine. And then we go on to the three layers. Again, perfectly fine. You have to hold the sides when you do this because this is where it starts getting a bit squidgy. Okay, loads of buttercream. Dollop it on. Okay. I learnt all this stuff from online. I'm self-taught. I've never taken a cake class in my life. It's all about being patient with yourself. I started doing cakes. I went for a really low spell in life. And that's when I started doing modelling work. Not modelling like that kind of modelling, cake modelling, sugar craft, like making little teddy bears and things like that. And I found it really therapeutic, and it really helped me focus on something else apart from what was going on in my head at the time and in my life. So it was a really good outlet for me to just sit and focus. It taught me patience, because you have to be patient with sugar work. You have to let things dry. You can't rush it. So it taught me how to be patient. It taught me how to slow down, to think, to focus. And I became, over time, training myself to do that, I became a lot calmer. And I just found it was really helping me. And then I, of course, had all these beautiful figures that I wanted cakes for them. So I started then looking more into cake decorating and cake making, and how to do it, because as I said in my other video, I didn't even know how to use scales or anything like that. I was useless. I always said, no, I'm never going to bake, it's not me, don't want to do it. But it has really, really helped me focus, and it just gives me something, a goal, I think. It gives me a goal. It makes me feel like I've got some sort of purpose. I really enjoy it. And it's really challenging, because I often get cakes and someone will say to me, can you make this for me? And I'll go, yeah, sure, of course I can. I can do that for you. And then I will go away and I will think, I have no idea how to do that. And now I've got 3 weeks to learn how to do it. And you only get one shot of doing it. If you do it wrong, then I don't know. It's never happened to me. I never do it wrong, you see. But if you do it wrong, you're buggered, basically. So there goes the next layer. Right, as you go up, just go round. I'm just using my metal ruler. This is just for food purpose. I don't use it on anything else. So now you've got 3 layers of cake. Perfectly good for a celebration. You get plenty of cake there, some lovely slices, and your cake is now 4 inches high. Okay? So again, if you don't want a tall, elaborate cake or anything, you can go for 2-inch cakes, you can go for 3-inch cakes. Your cake, it's your cake, you're ordering it. You can decide all these things. How many layers do you want? What do you want in it? What do you know? I'll ask the questions. I don't usually ask how many layers you want, actually, because people get layers and tiers mixed up sometimes, and I don't like confusing people. So there you go. So now you've got 4 inches. Okay. You've got 4 inches, 3 layers of cake. Perfectly good for any celebration. I'm going to have to do a lot of filling in here. For some reason, when these cakes baked, they went inwards. So they're a little bit skewy. Anyway. So now we're going on with the fourth layer. I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so yeah, it just gave me something to focus on. And then I just loved it. The more I did it, the more I loved it, the more confident I got. I would learn very fast because I am self-taught, so I would have to sometimes learn very fast how to do things, but I put the work in because it just gave me a focus. It gave me something to strive and just to be better at. And it really helped me through a very, very low point in my life. So now cake decorating is a really important part of my life. Really important. I look forward to the next challenge, whatever it's going to be. So it's really good for me. Even on my low days, if I have low days now, I can understand now why people bake when they're feeling low, because it is like therapy. It really is. And then I thought, you know what, I could do this. I could set up a little business. I'm not looking to build an empire or anything like that, but I could just set up a little business, even if it's just a sideline, a hobby thing, and actually charge for doing this because I'm good at it. Well, I am. I am good at it. And it's my therapy. So I'm just going to jam up the last layer, and that will be how to fill your cakes. I'm going to try and keep these videos short, so I will stop this one and then I might come back and do the next bit. If you'd like to see it, this has got lovely strawberry jam in it. No bits, don't like bits in jam. Okay, so I'll get that round. I'll probably upload these without even watching them before I upload them, so what you see is what you get, people. This is me. I'm not editing. There's no filters. I really am this beautiful. I'm joking. All right. This is me. This is who I am. This is how I ramble to myself in my kitchen. It is what it is. I am who I am. This is me. Right, last layer on. Right, this is where your cake gets nice and tall. It's got that height. So when you message me and you say, oh, how much is this cake going to be? And you send me this picture of this cake you've seen on the internet or something, right? You'll get that. You'll get something similar to that. For sure. Of course you will. Okay? It's what you wanted. But you are going to get something that is just beautiful. You know, it will be tall. Now we're talking 5 inches of cake here. Your cake is now 5 inches tall. 4 layers of beautiful vanilla cake, vanilla sponge, vanilla buttercream and strawberry jam. Okay, 5 inches, nice and tall. This will go in the fridge. I just have to get my spirit level just to make sure the top is straight. Not really a massive problem with this particular cake I'm doing because there's going to be a lot going on, but I'll show you while I'm here. Okay, so I've got a little spirit level. B&Q is a great place for cake makers. You get great things. You'll use tools. You use drills and nuts and bolts and spirit levels and scrapers and things like that. So I'm just making sure my cake is completely level on the top. I'm going to pop this in the fridge before I do the next bit because I've got the jam in there. It is a bit squidgy. If I try to do anything with it, it's just going to keep sliding. So I'm just going to pop it in the fridge for 15 minutes or so, and then I'll come back. I'll do another video, like step 2 or something, on how I crumb coat. If you don't know what a crumb coat is, come back in a minute or look for the next video and you'll see what I do in my kitchen when I crumb coat a cake. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. It's been fun, and I will see you in a little bit.